Hello, Malban here. After my last holiday, I tried again to play a little bit with the PiTrex, and at least for my Vectrexes, the Vectrex emulation seems to be perfect. There are a couple of people out there that said that the last time I said similar things where it was only correct for 99.9%, whereas now it's probably about correct 99.9999%. Anyway, I'm recording this and I'm also distributing two images of the vector blade and of the Vectrex exact emulation, so you can test it out and hopefully it works with your Vectrex or your PiTrex. If not, well, then I have to go back to the drawing board, but I can't think of any more actually. So this video is only about the Vectrex emulation, so if you see some disruptions here, I didn't do anything to do anything else, not to the Vectrex interface or something like that. So I just saw a little flicker here. This might be addressed in the future, but not yet. So anyway, it's about vector. I'm not going into vector blade because vector blade seemed fine last time, hopefully is now. I'm going to show you the emulation via exact emulation here. So we go to the directory on the PiTrex, and here we can choose games which I included on my PiTrex. Not all of them are included in the distribution. You will see why. And I'm choosing some of the more complicated binaries. So Vec à la Beth is something I did a couple of weeks ago. It was difficult to display with the emulator because of the font used. It looked always a little bit funny with the font, but now, as you can I don't know if you can see it, it might be a little small, but the font is actually displaying absolutely correctly now. In contrast to the last Vectrex emulator I showed you, this one does not interrupt any BIOS calls. This one is emulating everything. And everything, I hope everything, cycle exact. So you can see the raster font here, all the drawings and everything you will see is actually emulated. It's not intercepted in any way. So it is not, to say it in Graham's words, no ultra HLE emulation, but pure emulation with the use of the wire. Anyway, this was Vec à la Beth, just a short display. Can go back, pressing all four buttons, going back to the menu, selecting the next one. What can we do here? Karl Quappe. It's a game of mine, you know that it's in a menu also. This is the same as in the menu. I'm just going to show you because of the bitmap display, which is now also absolutely correct, as you can see. Also all fonts are correctly displayed, and you can actually, if I press the right button, play the game. This also works, also with sound, but I've switched it off now. So in Karl Quappe you do not have a button, so I have to switch the thing off and on again. In the high score I would have had a button, but I didn't want to lose 5 life now, 3 or how many these are. Now I started Vector Blade. Okay, as long as I started it, I might as well show you Vector Blade. There will be an option to use other BIOSes with this, so we can interrupt this, but yeah, anyway, not yet. At least with me, this is displaying absolutely perfectly. I do not see any disturbances. In the last version, I said it was only 99.9%. These 99.9999%, I do not see any disturbances on all of my Vectrexes, or 5 of them at least. The fonts are displaying okay. These fonts are displaying okay. High score is displaying okay. Game. I'm not going to play. I'm sorry. If you press the curve perfectly timed, you can even go back from Vector Blade. Sometimes. What else have we got? Let's look at this. So, to some more exotic things, I put for test on this one Vector Petrol. This is also a very demanding ROM, and it's a 64K ROM. So by now we have emulation of the PiTrex bank switch. Still love this game. This is perfect adaptation of Vector of Moon Patrol. I always loved Moon Patrol. And as you can see, it's running. So you will not get the ROM. Perhaps you can ask Christoph if he gives it to you. But it works. It's emulated. I think also perfectly. Okay, this is it, and we can go back till since it uses a button. Vector Blade again. I'm so used to starting Vector Blade, my hands move on their own. Sorry. Come on. Then we have other Christoph Tutz games. We have Vectrexians on here. We have Vector Pilot on here. Just as a little demonstration again. So I think if this works out on all of your Vectrexes, one can actually by now use the PiTrex as a multi-card with an SD card on it, and you can, well, in my opinion, play the games perfectly. It's cool. I think a little bit not noisy. Come on. Yeah. Vector Pilot. And since it uses the fire button, I can go back. What else do we have here which might be a challenge in some form? Card Quapper we've seen, Vector Blade we've seen, Vector Berserk Ultimate, yes, we've seen that, Vec Alabeth we have seen. Release, yes, believe me, it's working. Robot Arena I cannot show you. I believe strongly it would be working, but Robot Arena is copy protected. This is a binary, but the binary actually asks the DS2431 chip for a serial number, and I'm not emulating that yet. In video you would be able to play that version, but here I haven't done that yet. Vecman Juno looks great. Also emulated perfectly. It's not Juno, it's what is it called? Hera Primera, or however you want to pronounce it in English. I would pronounce it Hera Primera. Okay, one last item. I don't know what yet. Let's look at what I've put on the card image here. Canyon Run, yes, you know that. Block Sorks, not Core. The Core, this is also from Thomas Santowski. This one is not copy protected, but also is sort of demanding to emulate, so I can show you that. I played it before, why doesn't it play now? Believe me, this is working, but I don't know why. I have got a wrong version somewhere, perhaps I overrode it. It must be a 32K version. If this might be the... There's another core, perhaps this one was the one I was playing before. Can't remember. V.03. It's not the newest version though, but doesn't really matter. I haven't played it in a while, and the buttons are mapped to the fire buttons, so I cannot really play it very well right now. But as you can see, it's displaying perfectly, even the curved lines, the zero revs in the middle, and everything actually. So yes, that was it, what I was going to show you. I hope these images also work well with your PiTrex. If not, please give me a call. Well, not a call, but an email or a comment or something like that. Thank you. Bye.